You reach for the contract without hesitation. The moment your fingers touch the parchment, it feels warm, not burning, but alive, like touching skin. The text becomes clear as you hold it, written in precise legal language that somehow encompasses the supernatural terms of your redemption. You will dedicate your remaining years to undoing the damage you've caused. You will use whatever gifts Gremory grants you to fight for the innocent, defend the wrongly accused, and expose the corrupt. You will remember every face, every injustice, every moment you chose wrong, and carry that weight as motivation rather than burden. In exchange, Gremory will monitor your progress. She will know if you falter, if you compromise, if you begin to slide back to your old patterns. The contract doesn't specify what happens if you fail, doesn't need to. You can feel the consequences woven into the parchment itself. At the bottom of the contract, space waits for your signature. You look up at Gremory. Her golden eyes are softer now, almost proud.
"You're certain?"
she asks one final time.
"This isn't a reset button. This is a commitment to be better, to do better for however long you have left. It will hurt. It will hurt every day."
You nod. You understand. The pain of remembering is nothing compared to the pain of forgetting, of repeating the same mistakes over and over until you become a monster wearing a human's face. You sign your name. The contract blazes with golden light, and there is a crack inside you as the foundation of your soul shifts like tectonic plates. You have been given not just knowledge, but power. The same insight you once used to destroy lives, but now purified, redirected. You can see truth through lies, know exactly what evidence will save an innocent defendant, read body language as easily as a cereal box to detect the corruption in a person's soul, but the power hangs about your neck like a weighted noose. Every face you've ever destroyed burns clearly in your memory now, not as punishment, but as reminder. Marcus Williams, Sarah Chen, Judge Winters, all of them.
"Your first case is waiting."
Suddenly, you're no longer in the strange space between worlds. You're standing outside a courthouse you don't recognize in a city that feels both foreign and familiar. In your hand is a case file. Inside, a photo of a young woman named Elena Rodriguez, accused of armed robbery. The evidence against her is substantial. Her public defender is overworked, and she has no money for a better lawyer. But as you read through the file, your new gifts show you what others can't see. The timestamps on the security footage are wrong. The eyewitness testimony has inconsistencies that point to coaching. The detective's report contains subtle alterations. Elena Rodriguez is innocent. And without someone with your particular skills, she's going to prison for 15 years. You walk into the courthouse, feeling the familiar weight of legal documents in your briefcase. But this time, instead of prosecuting the innocent, you'll be defending them. The receptionist at the public defender's office looks up at you as you approach. You introduce yourself as a volunteer attorney, offering to take on pro bono cases. You tell her that you'd like to take on Elena Rodriguez's case. The receptionist looks surprised. That's a tough one. Are you sure you want to start there?" You are. In fact, you can't think of anywhere else you'd rather start. As you review Elena's case in the cramped office they assign you, you feel Gremory's presence like a warm breath on the back of your neck. Not threatening, encouraging. She's watching, but not to punish. To witness your transformation. You spend the next 18 hours dissecting every piece of evidence, following leads the original investigation ignored, finding the real perpetrator through painstaking detective work that your supernatural insight guides but doesn't replace. When you walk into court 3 days later, you don't just have reasonable doubt, you have the actual armed robber's confession, obtained through legal means that your enhanced perception made possible, and Elena Rodriguez walks free. Her tears of gratitude are both the best and worst thing you've ever experienced. Best because you finally used your skills to save someone instead of destroying them. Worst because you remember how many tears you've caused, how many families you've shattered, and how many Elena Rodriguez's you've failed. At night, in your hotel room, Gremory's presence returns.
One down,
Her voice whispers in the darkness.
several thousand to go.
You know she's right. Elena was just the beginning. There are appeals to file for the people you wrongly convicted, corrupt prosecutors to expose, innocent defendants to save, a lifetime of work ahead, shadowed by a lifetime of guilt. But for the first time in years, the weight on your chest feels like purpose instead of shame. You open your laptop and begin researching your next case. Marcus Williams' appeal is coming up for review. With your new abilities and your determination, you might actually be able to get him out. It won't bring back the years he's lost, won't undo the damage to his life, but it's a start. Outside your window, the city sleeps, unaware that one of its former predators has become its protector. In the morning, you'll return to court. You'll fight for justice instead of statistics. You'll remember every face instead of forgetting them. And somewhere in the shadows, Gremory watches, ready to step in if you ever forget your promise, and punish you. But you won't forget. You can't. That's the gift and the curse of the Truth Tonic. Perfect memory, eternal accountability, and the chance to finally be the person you were meant to be. Even if it hurts. Especially because it hurts. Some truths hurt so much, they heal.
Game over.